Okay, so today we are playing the day one of the qualifier weekend, attempting to go 7-1 to qualify for day two, which is pretty hard, even when you got a good pool. And spoilers, I opened the pool earlier today during check-in and gave it a quick look. I do not have a good pool. In fact, I have what might be one of the worst pools I've ever opened in this format. So, this might be a quick stream. We have in our white Soldiers of the Watch. That's it. Our blue has a lot of cards. We have 3 Tamora's Invokers. We have 2 Irenicus's Vile Duplication. Yeah. Black has Cast Down, Deadly Dispute, Horde Robber. No other 2-drops. Black Market Connections. 2 Grave Choice. 1 Imp, 1 Vampire Spawn. A Grim Hireling. That's good. No 2-drops, but it's good. Drider, 2 Summon Undead, Baleful Beholder, Eldritch Pact, which I still don't really think is good, but okay. Red has a Warcaller, a Dragonfire, a Rabble Rouser, a Captain, a Reckless Barbarian, Fire Beetle's Improvised Weaponry, Jaded Sellsword, Unexpected Windfall, Young Red Dragon, Actual Red Dragon. Green has, you line up the shot, 2 Prosperous Innkeepers, Scaled Nurturer, Underdark Basilisk, Band Together, Circle of the Moon Druid, Sylvan Shepherd, Myconid, Ambitious Dragonborn, Draconic Muralists, Owlbear, Skanos. So, green's not awful. Prosperous Innkeeper isn't amazing, but it is for similar reasons as to why, what's its name? The 1-drop black zombie is good. Just there's a lot of stuff with the 1 toughness in this format, so Prosperous Innkeeper ramps you and trades. Ah, dear. Grim Hireling is definitely a lot better than, like, every other card in our pool. I feel pretty obligated to go red, at the very least. So let's take a look at what this stuff looks like. We got 11 playable red cards. Let's say we play the Baleful Beholder, because we have a Warcaller. Call that something. I really don't want to play Black Market Connections. I probably should, because in Black-Red we do actually have a Kalane. The fact that this card triggers, like, it makes a 3-2 that has double Summoning Sickness is just the most embarrassing. Aww. Okay, we can play the Mind Rot. Horde Rubber, Deadly Dispute, Cast Down. Okay, so as far as this deck goes, it's not the best, but it's probably the best. We also have the option to play green. Draconic Muralists plus Skanos is admittedly a legitimate attempt at a plan. Especially with Cobalt Warcaller. Alright, and that's the 5 minutes, which means we press this button, sending the tweet. Cool. Alright. We got Band Together. I even play Underdark Basilisk, play Circle of the Moon Druid, we play the Myconid, play Muralists, Owlbear, Skanos, Ambitious Dragonborn. Oh, we got 4 Spike Pit Traps. That's neat. That's neat. I should point out, I guess, the other rares are Traverse, the Outlands, Kalim. Where were the others? That's 2. Black Market Connections. Grim Hireling is 4. Eldritch Pack is 5. What am I missing? Are we actually playing a rare? No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Wow, Robe of the Archmagi is a rare. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the red-green is interesting. It has less removal. Probably has less late game. Has more ramp into not actually a huge amount of top end. Trying to splash Kalane doesn't sound terribly exciting. Oh my. Nah, as much as I like Skanos. You know what? We could splash the Skanos, though. We have a treasure deck. So what if I just played black-red splashing Skanos? Playing the Eldritch Pack, playing the Beholder, the Hireling, the Spawn, the Chain Devil, the Connections, the Cast Down, the Clutches, the Deadly Dispute. Alright. But I do have to figure out some cuts then. Like 4 cuts. How many 2-drop creatures do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really want to cut any of those. So I could choose to cut the Deadly Dispute, possibly. Here on 3, I don't really like Grave Choice at all. I don't really like Grave Choice at all. No, I don't think I can cut any of this. I mean, I don't think Black Market Connections is good, but I'm kind of operating under the assumption that the treasure tokens are going to be valuable. Cell Sword, I think, is always worth it with Kalane. Is this a world where I ever don't play Windfall? Could be a world where I don't play Demogorgon's Clutches, I suppose. I still think Eldritch Pact is probably pretty bad, but I also think there's going to be a lot of people playing today who have decided to, who are newer to the format and decide to build like grindy, green, top-end bomb-heavy decks that Eldritch Pact, I believe, is likely to punish. And I kind of wonder if my pool is medium enough that I need to give myself some insurance in that way. Possibly. I really can't get over that I'm not sold Black Market Connections is good. Okay. I cut the Clutches. But it fixes for Skanos. It's also valuable with Grim Hireling, which is a context I haven't seen it played before in. The red Skanos is the Menace one, right? No, black Skanos is Menace, but we can do that. Red Skanos was first strike. Right, right. Treasure outlets also have some use with Genasi Rabble-Rouser. Like between Kalain, Grim Hireling, and Rabble-Rouser, we definitely have use for as much treasure as possible. Is it really Eldritch Pact? It's probably actually Eldritch Pact. I don't think it's a good card. I don't think I have the removal necessary to try to dirtle against bombs anyway. I just hope I can get to 7 mana and somehow have actually put enough cards in their graveyard to burn them out. If it was Lava Axe, I think I'd play it, but I think it's usually worse than Lava Axe. I don't hate the Demogorgon's clutches, but I don't think I can find something to cut here. Alright. Let's go with 8 mountains and 8 swamps. Wait, what? 9 and 8 should be 17? Oh, have I been doing my math wrong? Did I not need that many cuts? Oh, because I already had the gate in the deck. Right. Okay, so I get to play one more card, which could be Eldritch Pact. Could be. Could be Clutches? Do I like Clutches more than Pact? Could be Grave Choice, I suppose. It might be better, honestly, than either of them. Just a medium edict. If I had more aggressive 3-drops that I actively wanted to play, that might be something I was more likely to do. But I don't really. Yeah, alright. I guess I sort of prefer Grave Choice. I don't. There's too many 2-drops in this format. I mean, that's why it gives you something back if you hit a 2-drop, I guess. It versus Clutches, huh? That could definitely go either way on. Think I'll go with Grave Choice. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Alright. Alright. We have no bombs. we have some low-cost removal. That's something as far as sealed pools go. It's nothing to laugh at. We've got a playable number of 2-drops. Okay. We got a turn 3 Young Red Dragon, which isn't terribly good. Oh, don't do this to me, deck. Not the Warcaller on turn 2. Yeah, I think it's better to go Warcaller on 2 in case I draw a 3-drop, but if I don't, I can still make Young Red Dragon have haste before making a treasure. Grim Hireling is unfortunately not very useful if the opponent plays a second Soldiers of the Watch, even if we give it haste. But it is very good when we have a Young Red Dragon in play being hasty. We fall a little bit behind on tempo. The opponent gains some life and plays another creature with the exact same troublesome stat line. Improvised Weaponry unfortunately puts us 1 mana short of casting the Hireling and attacking, which is what I would have liked to have done. So we play the Young Red Dragon. We go to combat, swing with the Young Red Dragon. Pass the turn, give haste to the Grim Hireling, see whether or not it can attack next turn successfully. It probably can't. Into the Soldiers of the Watch. Well, it can if we draw a land, I guess. Moradin's Disciples. Well, we could do that instead. Jaded Sellsword. Oh. That's almost appealing. Okay. No, I do not want to use my treasure on that. We're a little behind tempo on the opponent. Opponent gets a Moradin's Disciples into play, probably, which represents lethal next turn. So I would have to improvise weaponry. Reckless Barbarian. No, two things. Not two things. I needed you to not play two things, opponent. Two things make my Baleful Beholder not lethal. Oh boy, Black Market Connection. Everybody's favorite, least useful thing. Dear me, dear me, dear me. So I can hold Warcaller back to block if I elect to not play something else this turn. Opponent can represent a double block on Jaded Sellsword. Oh no, I can't hold Cobalt back to block because of Disciples. If I improvised weaponry the Reckless Barbarian, then they sack it and I don't get any treasure. I could improvise weaponry the Pilgrim's Eye, which puts them on chump blocking. I think I attack with the Warcaller. They're probably going to put the Reckless Barbarian in front of the Warcaller then. It's either that or they double block Jaded Sellsword. Oh, no. They actually try to hold on to have lethal on the backswing? Okay. Well, that only really leaves me one choice then, which is kill one of their creatures, hope they can't do any more damage to me. That's about it. I hate this plan a lot. Okay. Well, please don't weaponry my face. If they just play out creatures here, I can probably beat that. If they just play out one creature here, I can probably beat that. Okay. Well, let's go for it. Creatures I control gain menace, and I got a 6-power hasty attacker. So the priest can't block. I have lethal through one removal spell. But they've got Reckless Barbarian, so they could technically represent 2. Oh, I love stealing games. I don't deserve to. Oh dear. Alright. Now, admittedly, that was a really bad curve out from us. That's at least somewhat reassuring. The bad news is, Priest of Ancient Lores are gonna be so good against us. Alright, changes. Opponent has Reckless Barbarians and Soldiers of the Watch. I'm on the draw. I don't like Grave Choice on the draw. I also don't like Clutches on the draw. Unfortunately, I like none of the cards that I have available to me on the draw. So, I think Grave Choice, it has to be. Black Market Connections gets so much worse on the draw, though, that maybe I would just prefer to play Grave Choice over it. Is that a possibility? I mean, they got Priest of Ancient Lores sitting around, which are like the world's best thing to sack to Grave Choice. I could try to play Drider. We can give it haste, I guess. I think I'm supposed to play Grave Choice because it's the lowest option on my curve that's playable on the draw. Okay. Vampire Spawn's good against an aggressive deck. I think I keep it off just being guaranteed that, and then we hope to draw a red source. Rabble Rouser's pretty rough. It blocks very well. Fire Beetles. Okay. Well, Baleful Beholder and Red Dragon are both a lot of top end if we actually make land drops and successfully buy enough time to get there. Oh, God. Why? Do I trade off my Warcaller for Fire Beetles? My life total is very, very, very important right about now. I can't attack with his Jaded Sellsword next turn anyway, meaning I can give haste to Red Dragon or Baleful Beholder here. Or Nefarious. No, I need to play Jaded Sellsword because it makes their attacks inconvenient. I don't think I do. Okay. No attacks. Have to hold Jaded Sellsword back. Attacking just trades with, admittedly, the non-used up Rabble Rouser. This forces them to spend 4 mana trading with my Sellsword. It does a lot of damage to my face in the meantime, but... eh. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, am I playing Imp next turn? No, I think it's more important that I give Red Dragon haste than that I get in for 2 with Imp. Chain Devil. Is that better than a Vampire Spawn? Huh. It might be. It probably is? I think what I'm supposed to do is trade off with a Rabble Rouser here, eat up 2 of their mana, and then just try to get there off of playing Baleful Beholder and Red Dragon. Oh, okay. Not attacking with Rebel Rouser. I'll take it. Missed the land drop to play the Fire Dragon. That sucks. Shoot. I think that was my opening tempo-wise. My opponent's burying me in card advantage. Because Rebel Rouser's fantastic. Oh dear, 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 dear. You absolutely want to attack with a Rebel Rouser opponent. What? Okay. I don't really understand their move here, but... I mean, I guess the logic is it pumps the Flaming Fist Officer, but they could also just attacked better. Windfall, no. Need lands, yes. So how badly do they kill me on the backswing if I swing with everybody here? 5 plus 6 plus 2. 8 plus 5 is 13. Lame. $15. 16. 14? But I got a block. Have to block. 5, 9, 11 currently. They want 6 mana to work with, huh? Grave choice not going to be very relevant. I kind of just have to hope they don't play 2 creatures. Or interact in any way, or gain any more life. Both grave choices. Delightful. Almost stole it. But yeah, the fact that the opponent drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cards than me that game, while making more land drops, that's pretty good. Okay, has Black Market Connection become appealing on the play? I actually like Grave Choice even more on the play, knowing my opponent can play turn 2 Rabble Rouser, which is a super powerful card that I can actually steal the double team on. So I kind of feel like I'm more likely to just ship it here. We've never gotten anywhere close to Eldritch Pact mattering. I am a little skeptical of Skanos if I'm not playing Black Market Connections. I mean, I guess I have 1, 2, 3 fixers on curve. No, Warcaller with Skanos is still something strong enough to be worth playing around. And I do think Grave Choice is better than Black Market in these conditions. Take the play. Alright, this is pretty bad, but it's got lands, so here's hoping. That's more lands. No black mana means a lot of dead top decks. Okay, Unexpected Windfall is something. Young Red Dragon for the opponent, sure. Would I rather make a treasure with Young Red Dragon? No. I mean, I'm probably going to play Young Red Dragon next turn, but I think I just give up on making a treasure with it in the interest of trying to play stuff out on curve to lower my opponent's life total faster. Flaming Fist Officer, sure. This is only creatures. Yeah. So that probably trades with Hobgoblin Captain. Unsurprising. Protection spell too. Okay. Gotta play Young Red Dragon, which ends up trading with Hippogriff. Good commons. Not good commons. Anything but good commons. That's just a straight up 2-for-1 here. Yeah. Alright, yep, the trade. Yeah, I guess it has to be sellsword. I can hope my opponent doesn't have anything, I suppose. Improvised weaponry. I get to fizzle that. No treasure for them. Alright. Them racing implies that they have something else they want to play here? But then they don't, so okay. Schwinga? Removal spell for sellsword? It's now going to target hireling instead, possibly? Schwinga. Oh, okay. Yeah, jump block, sure. Good against Grim Hireling specifically. Makes the racing choice more clear. We have Unexpected Windfall plus Hireling activation if they decide to get in with Flaming Fist Officer. Or they could have removal. Okay, flooding out a tiny bit. Deckity, 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 deck, 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 deck. That's not right. Now, speaking ideally here, it could be possible that the opponent's flooding. Also. But I'm on the backswing of the race. That's good. That's very good, however. Oh, okay. Well, black is menace? Black is menace. Do I have enough mana for that? I'm 1 mana short? Really? Oh no. They'll have to chump block. Or have a removal spell. Either way, I don't see any way around this being the right move. Still. If they have another Chwinga, I'm dead. Why are they making that block? What? They have a removal spell for sellsword? What? Am I just dead? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just got deeply, deeply, deeply outvalued, I suppose. Alright, well, let's go 7-0 with a bad deck. It's not bad, it's just hyper medium. Alright, take the play. Keep the hand. I mean, Kalane's a good 2-drop. We can top deck a 4-drop or something. Okay. Well, Young Red Dragon really isn't the 4-drop that I want to play, though, is it? I could just make another treasure and play like a turn 4 6/6 Red Dragon. I could also just play a 2/4 Horde Robber here. I mean, the chances aren't super high that actually gets in. But if it does, it's real good. I don't know whether it's worth playing the Horde Robber or if I should just play a 6-drop. I mean, if it gets in, it's obviously worth. As far as 3-drops go, there's certainly stuff that has 3 toughness. But I guess even if something has 3 toughness as a 3-drop, I can attack with Horde Robber and Kalane, so I still get in 1 point of damage that way. How do I turn off the deck tracker? I actually have no idea how to turn off the deck tracker. Okay. Alright, let's see whether the opponent truly timed out. Or just fake timed out. Truly timed out? Okay. Well, let's play our 6/6 then. I'll attempt to figure out how to turn off the deck tracker after this. Oh, also the chat. I can turn off the chat because there's a 10-minute delay. Sea Tower Imprisonment's a bummer. Although I guess I can actually make them sack the Sea Tower Imprisonment with my Baleful Beholder, can't I? If they want to trade their Soldiers of the Watch for my Kalane at this point, giving me a Baleful Beholder this turn, I'm okay with that. Right, only the 1 enchantment? Yeah, Anti-Magic Cone, do your thing! This is actually going kind of well. Not gonna lie. You don't often get Baleful Beholder hitting a meaningful enchantment. You don't often cast Baleful Beholder because you don't often want to play Baleful Beholder. The Horde Robber has more than paid off at this point. Very happy we played that. Another enchantment removal spell for my poor dragon. How sad. Alright, well, Grim Hireling's pretty cool. So let's play that. And sack our red dragon to prevent the Tollkeeper from chump blocking. Which makes 3 treasures to fuel the Grim Hireling. Alright, synergy. 3 lethal threats. One of them's even a rogue, so if the opponent plays the board wipe, I'm not dead. And also we were going to top deck lethal anyway. Okay. Hey! Functional! Okay. Kobold Warcaller is but cute with Chain Devil and Dragonfire specifically, so more than happy to keep this hand. They get to see the Chain Devil, which they're pretty incentivized to make tapped now. knowing that I have a Warcaller in play. And I'm liable to give it haste. Yeah. Hasty ETB tapped creature. Kinda mediums. I'm probably pretty incentivized to trade this Warcaller with the Tollkeeper regardless, though. Okay, I don't see any reason to give my opponent the chance to draw a card. He plays Imp. Good on curve top deck. Opponent plays a Treasure for 4 mana. We're pretty okay with that. I can't really play the Chain Devil here, so I guess it's a good thing that I have Unexpected Windfall. Okay, Soldiers of the Watch trades Nefarious Imp with Soldiers, I suppose. Think I'd rather discard a Mountain than a Swamp still. Cast down Demogorgon's Clutches. The Clutches might actually come in handy here. Alright, so let's go with swing for 2. I think I would rather have the Fire Beetles than the Chain Devil, and I'd rather kill this Soldiers of the Watch. Or rather, I'd rather have the Fire Beetles than the Nefarious Imp, and I'd rather kill this Soldiers of the Watch before it can trigger, given that it kills all of my creatures. So we're going to play the Fire Beetles first, then we're going to play the Chain Devil. I could have just manually stacked the treasures to play the Fire Beetles, I suppose. I want to get the Nefarious Imp Scries is the important thing. But I also want to sack the Nefarious Imp. I don't really want this gate. I don't really want this Skanos having just gotten rid of all of my treasures, unfortunately. Do I want this dragon? I mean, I guess. Making a treasure is something reasonable I can do if they don't give me an important target to cast down. Soldiers of the Watch is pretty important to cast down, however. Alright, let's get those last 2 cards out of your hand, opponent. Delightful. Super happy to get rid of Iconia. And then we will, in fact, get rid of the Soldiers of the Watch. I'm sad that my opponent's Sea Tower Imprisonment was a 3-for-1. Okay, Hook Horror is a problem. The opponent's just not going to do anything with that. So I guess I just have to play the Flyer now. Hook Horror holds off Chain Devil pretty well. But I got the opponent on a 4-turn clock for whatever that's worth. Alright, 3 damage in the air. Play a creature to the board, make it harder for them to Hook Horror. Guildsworn Prowler and gain 3 life. That basically time walks my young red dragon. There's that. Okay, Rebel Rouser's sort of cute. I don't know whether I'm likely to want to try to trade Rebel Rouser with 1 Hook Horror life. But I have that option. Well, my opponent needs to top deck something that answers Young Red Dragon. Okay. Improvised Weaponry is cute. 3 blockers for the opponent. I don't want to kill the Guildsworn Prowler with the Improvised Weaponry, so I think we just chill. I could attack with the Genasi Rabble-Rouser to trade with a Hook Horror at the cost of not having any mana for the rest of this turn. Which means not playing the other Rabble-Rouser. I think that's probably a bad idea. They top-decked an answer to the Young Red Dragon. Okay. Pain. Okay. If I had another red source, I could play it out, attack with the Rabble-Rouser, trade, and then play a second Rabble-Rouser that's too big for the Hook Horror to kill. That'd be fun. Okay. Deadly Dispute's pretty good. You get to sack the Fire Beetles, draw 2, make a treasure. Kalain, Hobgoblin Captain. Okay, okay. Do I just make a Hobgoblin Captain with max power, or do I hold on to the treasure to be 1 red mana to cast a Rabble-Rouser? I think I hold on to a treasure. Can I attack this turn? I don't believe I can attack this turn. But I do believe that I play this swamp in case I top deck a mountain. Okay, so chump blocker for the opponent. Attacking with the Kalain probably doesn't accomplish very much. We don't need to play the mountain pre-combat. Represents turning Rabble-Rouser to a 5-power creature, which really isn't relevant. Do we attack with everybody here? Do I attack with Kalain? I don't think I want to attack with Kalain, right? Because Kalain represents +1 on the Rabble-Rouser. They don't have good blocks on the Hobgoblin Captain. Yep, that block makes sense. That block's fine. That block's fine. That block's fine. Alright. Bump Rabble-Rouser. Bump Rabble-Rouser. Damage? Shaman, Bard, nothing that survives a board wipe currently. Barbarian. I currently don't actually need to play out this Rabble-Rouser. I should probably play out this Rabble-Rouser, though. Play a mountain in case we top deck a mountain. Go let the cat in, because he's very upset. Iron Golem. That shouldn't be enough on its own. Meow. 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 Okay. What does giving all of our creatures menace do? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, not a ton, but I gotta imagine it's probably still the right thing to do. I mean, forcing a double block on Hobgoblin Captain's kind of neat. So they have a remove. Oh. They don't have a removal spell for Hobgoblin Captain. They just have dead. Okay. Alright, 1-1. 1/7 of the way to our 7-0. Oh, even with a 10-minute delay, it still reveals every card in my deck if I have the untapped on. So we're actually just gonna hide the entire thing. Deck lists, I forgot, are actually kind of valuable in sealed. I sort of hate this with a passion, and I'm gonna die to Black Market Connection because I forgot to take it out of my deck, but okay. Alright, Rabble Rouser is probably the best draw in the deck, though, so that's at least something. Land would be better, though. Oh, jeez. Okay. No land. Kinda have to Dragonfire the Celestial Unicorn before that grows out of control. Really would have preferred that to be land grave choice. Okay, land. Pass the turn, I guess? I don't think I'm supposed to play around Schwinga. What would you do if I pumped here, opponent? What do you do if I pump here, opponent? You just lose your creature. Okay. Okay. Well, then I guess I'd like to grave choice you? Okay. Oh. That didn't work super great, did it? Let's see. I definitely want the Steadfast Paladin. I definitely want the Rebel Rouser. I guess I probably don't want the Windfall at this point. I kind of want to go Colane Rebel Rousers. Hold the treasure for Baleful Beholder, I think. I'm never going to cast one of these Black Market Connections, am I? Draconic Muralists for the opponent. Okay. Too many options. Let's make a bigger lifelinker and play the Fire Beetles then. And then I think we kind of just hold back against the Muralists. I don't want to attack into it. Maybe I should be attacking into it, though. No, I'd have to trade so much mana just to trade with the Muralists. Maybe I'm supposed to be playing Black Market Connections with my life total that high? 2 Draconic Muralists for the opponent. Okay. Huh. My mana situation is so deeply awkward. Oh, boy. Letting them get a dragon thins their deck. I don't really want that. But I'm probably supposed to accept it. I can't let them recover tempo here by doing nothing for too long. If they double block the Fire Beetles, then I sack it to Deadly Dispute. Play the other Fire Beetles as a 3/3. Or I could play the Young Red Dragon. now that we drew a land as a 4/3 flyer. Could play a 4/4 Fire Beetles. I think I kind of prefer big young red dragon. Racing time, huh, opponent? I mean, I got a chunky Steadfast Paladin, so I don't hate racing. Okay, Circle of the Moon Druid's hard for me to kill. Scaled Nurturer is not hard for me to kill. What do I have to do with these rabble rousers now? I believe I'm swinging with everybody. If they block the Circle of Moon Druid, I can kill it with improvised weaponry. If not, I can play a Fire Beetles and a Reckless Barbarian. Having the black market connections that I actively don't want to use is kind of just hideous. I would actually be so much happier if this was a Mind Rot right now. I'm going to make a note and put it up on my screen. It's just going to say, cut black market after this match, assuming we win. Okay, so I'm going to have 6 mana. I'm going to improvised weaponry the Circle of the Moon Druid up to 4 mana. And then I'm going to play Fire Beetles, leaving the treasure so that I can cast Baleful Beholder next turn, meaning that I don't have spare mana to pump here. I am once more willing to take 8. Grim Hireling, huh? That's interesting. But the opponent doing nothing is also kind of interesting. Okay, so play Grim Hireling. Go to combat. Swing here. Swing here. Swing here. What am I holding back? I mean, there's a pretty strong chance my opponent... No, if they had a board wipe, they already would have played it, right? +2/+2, untap the Muralists. Yeah. This kills the Paladin. I believe it to be worth to activate the Rabble Rouser to kill the Nurturer when they've got a Linnoworm now hanging out in exile. Still denies them the immediate scaled Nurturer value. So we still connect for 2. I could activate Hireling, killing Chwinga. I could play Reckless Barbarian as a 4/4. I kind of dig playing Reckless Barbarian as a 4/4 here, because I have Baleful Beholder for Menace next turn. Depending on how my opponent decides to attack. Wilson, okay. Interesting. So Wilson has Reach, which blocks Young Red Dragon. But... probably doesn't choose to do so this turn? On account of Wilson not yet being big enough to block Young Red Dragon, they held on to the Scaled Nurturer. They want to give Wilson lifelink, possibly. +3/+3 kills Young Red Dragon no matter what. What happens if I attack with everybody? Block the Rabble-Rousers. Block the Hireling, block the Young Red Dragon. Take 6 down to 3. I think it's just swing with the Young Red Dragon this turn. And hope they don't have a removal spell. Cool. How do I beat them specializing into white? They get a 3/4. They attack up to 12. They don't have enough mana to immediately give lifelink to the Muralists. Do I have to play Black Market Connections in this spot to start getting treasure for Hireling? That's fairly tempting. They chose not to give lifelink to Wilson, choosing instead to rely on casting Linorm? Huh. Okay. So I could kill Wilson here at the cost of not playing a Beholder this turn. I don't like that. If I play Beholder, I have 4 mana to work with. I have to be cautious of dying on the backswing. I have a cast down for the Linorm, so it doesn't matter as much. I don't know what kind of bombs they could get with Draconic Muralists. Scaled Nurturer gains 2 life. I could choose to try to get rid of that. If they have another Linorm, cast down in the Draconic Muralists pre-combat is a huge problem. I think I can make these swings. I'm willing to pump 4 times to trade with a Muralist and trade whatever else they block with Rabble-Rouser. If they double block Fire Beetles, I could kill the Nurturer. Or the Wilson. Both are fine. If they double block Muralists on Fire Beetles, then my Rabble-Rousers are just eating value. If they don't block Fire Beetles, I get 2 treasures. Yeah. So they trade the Nurturer. We're fine with that. They trade the Muralists. We're ambivalent about that. We hope they don't have another Linorm. Skanos, which can gain lifelink as well. That's an issue. If I sack both treasures to kill the Wilson paying 2, I can't cast down something this turn. That's probably fine, though. If it means denying them the lifelink. Esquinos. Alright, do I have lethal here? 4, 8, yes? 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 Kill muralists. They draw a card. I've got 4, 8, 9 power. And it's all gonna have menace. Oh, even +1 actually. Ooh, okay. I mean, Black Market Connections did successfully make a couple of treasures that time around. Still hate Grave Choice on the draw. Still have nothing better than Grave Choice on the draw. Clutches would have actually been somewhat useful this game. Two Steadfast Paladins and the Celestial Unicorn kind of make me feel like I need more removal that interrupts that. This is pretty bad, but let's give it a go. This is really good suddenly. Alright. Kalain into Sellsword. We've included it in our deck so many times and we might actually get to do it. Okay, bye, kitty. Circle of the Moon Druid. We still go hard on that, right? Yeah, that doesn't stop me from cell sorting. Whee! 5/4 first strike haste. Turn 3. Pretty good. Don't kill it. Opponent, stop. Stop! I mean, I didn't really commit anything to that, so it's still a 1-for-1, but it's disappointing to see Guiding Bolt actually hit things. Would like to draw Unexpected Windfall. No, could draw lands instead. That's a problem. Alright, no 4-2. Do I have to Deadly Dispute here? Oh, jeez! Oh, opponent. Why? Why so much value? Oh, thank goodness, it's just the green one. Alright, I'm gonna need to have literally something at all. It's literally something at all. The additional lands are not good, though. Alright, well, I'm pretty much dead to Linorm. Their logic here is they get a Linorm after I kill Muralists, huh? They're not wrong. I can't do anything about that. I don't even... Oh, I have the 2 edicts, actually, that super punish Linorm plays here. But they could also just get their own Skanos. No, okay, cool. They go for Linorm. Yeah. Oh, no, that plays around the edict. Oh. I mean, also mean flooding like crazy doesn't help. Okay, what are we doing? 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 Literally, what could I do if I choose what I draw from this point on? Chain Devil? Take this damage. Double Grave Choice? Oh, I mean, I can block the Muralists, actually, can't I? Linorm isn't good enough to stop that. Okay, that was a pretty bad attack by them. But I'm assuming they're grabbing a Skanos now. Yeah. That bit's awkward. Beholder doesn't help. I'm on chump block duty. Well, I mean, it kind of helps a little bit, I guess. No attacks. So let's see. I get to put Skanos in front of Clement, Baleful Beholder in front of Skanos. Nope. I don't get to do that. Well, I mean, I still have to do that. But now they get to kill both of my creatures and leave themselves with a 4/4. Ooh. I don't really have, like, literally any outs here, so should I show them any more of my deck? No. No, I should not. It was lethal. They killed Dragon and can block 2. They blocked the Barbarian. Oh, Barbarian Sack. Ah. This is in regards to 10 minutes ago. But I did miss that. Okay. On the play this time, I still like Grave Choice. I'm going to re-pull up my message to myself to cut Black Market after this game, hopefully. Take the play. Not keeping that one. I will keep this. I think I lose the swamp. Rabble Rouser into Rabble Rouser is a somewhat decent curve. Kobold Warcaller is very good with Skanos eventually. I would so love to draw a Mountain this turn so that I can Rabble Rouser and Warcaller. Swamp's not quite what I was looking for. Alright, Mountains deck. Help me out here. Mountains. Untap Mountain. And I can play Windfall into Warcaller if we get an untapped Mountain. Muralists. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, Kalain. I mean, that's pretty good with Skanos, but it's going to be an awkward time before we can get down this Warcaller. Oh, deck. The one mountain. Quite awkward. So they were debating playing Linorm on that Muralists. Disciples. Okay, cool. Don't care about that. I mean, I do. In the long run, I definitely do. Okay, Hireling's neat. Do I want to hold on to more treasures? I mean, I'm going to play the Warcaller this turn, so I guess the question is, would I rather have a 4-3 Grim Hireling or a 2-2 Warcaller? They missed a land drop. That's a big deal. I'm going to have 2 treasures regardless. I think exposing Grim Hireling to their power-based removal spell is actually a good idea, because it sort of protects Skanos. I wonder if I was supposed to not play the Warcaller this turn and just accept playing Grim Hireling and killing the Scaled Nurturer, given that they missed a land drop, even though I've got the Skanos in hand that giving haste has a ton of value, too. I mean, hasty Skanos with 2 treasures to sack for Kalain sounds kinda cool. But denying my opponent mana... Huh. That's a close one. I'm not actually sure what feels better there. I can't believe that actually worked exactly the way I was saying made it better to do for. Oh, for real, opponent? Oh dear. Okay. Well, if they miss this land drop as well, I think that's the ball game. Let's not forget to give Skanos haste. Linorm only does 8 damage on the backswing here. Three mana +3/+3. No, I think we're good. I think we just go all out here. Holding back blockers with the Morden's Disciples in play I don't think actually helps me. Okay, so I could give First Strike to Skanos, which is also +1 power, which turns Kalain into an 8 power attacker. Plays well around the opponent having +2/+2 and untap. They're both mandatory blocks. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm hoping pretty strongly they don't have removal for Skanos. They could do 5 damage to Kalain. Yeah. Okay. That results in blocks where they can eat a Rabble Rouser and a Warcaller and go to 1? Oh, okay. Yes, if they have Schwinga, they could kill me here. They can also do 4 to me and play a second chump blocker, which means I have to top deck something. If they have Linnorm in hand. Well, dang. I could also play 2/2 drops. If they play Disciples, though, I can't hold back either. Owlbear. 1 chump blocker. Dead to Linnorm. Removal spell is lethal. Weaponry is lethal. Vampire Spawn is lethal. Baleful Beholder was lethal. Red Dragon was lethal. Oh dear. Dragonfire was lethal. Cast Down was lethal. Nothing for it but to hope they don't have the Linnorm they've been showing all game. If I had a removal spell that could kill Muralists, I would have killed them. So there's no way they're ever playing around it. Oh, I guess I could have Grave Choice here. Is something they might be concerned about. And if I Grave Choiced on my turn, they just sacked the tapped Muralists. I was probably still supposed to force them to do that. If I had a Grave Choice. Okay. So there's a chance. 2 chump blockers still results in them swinging with the Muralists, though, if they got them. Same story as before. Mini top decks to lethal. Horde Robber's a top deck to not dying. Or, well, at least to being slightly less likely to die. There's not much to do here but hope the opponent doesn't have anything. I believe that when I specialized Skanos, I did not have any capacity to do so for black, to give it menace instead of first strike. Okay, this should be lethal. 1 mana would mean Humiliation on... No, they can't Humiliation on Rabble Rousers. They could Humiliation on Skanos before attacks, but I would get to make my attacks knowing about that. But Skanos has enough power that I can't pump Rabble Rousers enough to survive combat with it. So I couldn't actually even attack and force trades. Okay, well. I can play that, though. Oh, gosh. My heart. I'm not going to be able to take, what, 5 more game matches of this? Okay. Take the play. Yeah, Mia's limited. You're not allowed to mulligan weird hands. Huh. Always the turn 2 Warcaller here tonight, huh? I mean, it's almost interesting if we were to hit black for Horde Robber, but I think I'm just supposed to play the turn 3 Young Red Dragon. My opponent's playing blue. That's a good start. Young Blue Dragon. Don't care. Hypothetically, I should have let them scry then draw before doing this. But I do not assume that it makes terribly much difference. Alright, more red mana. Not perfect. Skullport Merchant, also deeply not perfect. No, Genasi Rebel Rouser. That could have been a lot more embarrassing than it is. But I'm just going to play the dragon and trade with my dragon then? And play the better dragon and trade with my dragon. Not trade with my dragon? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could offer the trade with Rabble Rouser. If they take it, I'd kill their 4/3, I guess. That's probably better than activating Gate. If they don't take it, then at least I've got stuff in hand. Yeah, okay. Well, there's always the hope that my opponent doesn't make land drops. They make a land drop. Concerning. They play a creature. Concerning. We give haste to Rabble Rouser, I suppose. Okay, so we can't really do anything. I assume I'm supposed to take this trade before they get the opportunity to play some sort of blue combat trick that stops it from being a trade. And then I guess I'm supposed to activate Gate? Pilgrim's Eye gives the opponent a land and a thing they can sack to Skullport Merchant. Fixes colors too. Oh, cool. That's not really relevant. Alright, activate Gate. Hope we find a 4/4 dragon. That's cool. Hope we draw a swamp now. Alright. That's pretty cool. I like that. 4 damage to the opponent. Tasty Flyer starts getting in. Opponent doesn't block. Wow. Presumably wants to have 2 mana up so they can sack Pilgrim's Eye after the block. Curdle. Yeah. No, Creedle? I guess not Curdle. No! My second swamp that I needed quite badly. Opponent. No, my dragon. Opponent, I really wanted that dragon quite badly. It was an important part of my plan for not letting your Skullport Merchant completely take over this game. Oh. Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. The no black mana life. I kind of want a grave choice here. Card advantage for opponent. Cradle likely to keep gaining life. Maybe not. I mean, they have a lot of mana. Maybe they don't want to invest 2 mana on gaining life and scrying. Really can't overstate how useful a second black source would be here. Oh, they get to do bouncy stuff, and now they don't have to spend any mana to give their Cradle unblockable. That's cute. I mean, I guess doing it that way results in Cradle going back to their hand, which I don't hate. Alright, well, if we're going to do this, I guess... Do I want a grave choice in a way that actually gives me Cradle? No. I'd rather than make the scry choice not yet knowing that they're gonna be losing something to grave choice. Alright, we don't mind losing Jaded Sellsword. Actually, we kind of do. That would have been a not terrible creature to play. Blue perpetually shrinks creatures. Black does what? Loses life. Loses me life, specifically. Alright, opponent, what do you want to sack? I'm hoping they choose Pilgrim's Eye, them not knowing that I've got a Nefarious Imp. I have no way to get in for damage with Grim Hireling, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Well, I draw a card. Hopefully it's a swamp. Skanos isn't helpful. Alright. Well, here on the continuing adventures of can't cast any of my spells. Shambling Gas with Skullport Merchant draws a lot of cards. Dare I give haste to Skanos? In the long run, that's probably going to turn out to be right. They can do damage with Allura, but that puts it back in hand. That's probably not what they want to do. Specialize for black. Put the Skullport Merchant in hand? I mean, I guess. Okay. Sure, opponent, if you want to try to race. I guess in that case I should have given the Grim Hireling haste. Treasure's pretty cool. That casts Skanos. One might even say that Improvised Weaponry was a stellar draw. Well, pick away, pick away, pick away. Skanos comes in as a 4/4. Pumps Vampire Spawn up to 6. Genasi, then also lethal. Vampire Spawn goes away. Opponent currently doing 8 damage. 2 blockers. Puts us to 3. Returns Clever Conjurer to hand. Lethal with Allura next turn. Baleful Beholder has haste, but they have enough blockers. Grim Hireling not good enough to kill Allura. Really? The Grim Bounty, huh? Nothing to accomplish with Grim Hireling. I almost can't believe that we've kept this so close off the single black source we've been constrained to. What can I do here? There's just no way to remove the Allura. Or block it. Skanos, haste, menace, not enough mana. Jeez. Brutal. Well, go for it again. Hope that the bad luck with the mana's on the other side of the field. Alright, take the play. Mulligan. Keep. Alright. Hopefully a red source. Hopefully. It would be deeply amusing to end up on the other side of our deck this time around. The good news is we got to use our mulligan to put a red card on the bottom, so that's one less red card that can be stuck in our hand. Opponent mulligan to 5. Okay. That's definitely worth playing on account of me not actually having a 2-drop I'm allowed to play anyway. I believe I'm playing Kalain into Hobgoblin Captain if my opponent's going to play a 2/4. Or a 1/3. Something that isn't a 2/4, I guess. More accurate. Alright, no attacking with Hobgoblin Captain this turn. Hobgoblin Captain attacks will be next turn. Although they can double block Vampire Spawn's not great. I mean, I could sack Vampire Spawn to Deadly Dispute, I suppose. You know what? I have literally nothing else to do, so I suppose that makes sense. Curious to see if this gets countered. It does. Oh. Alright, unfortunately Chain Devil isn't very useful. Trades with something and plays Kalain, I suppose. Trades with something killing Kalain, I suppose. Alright, opponent. Do you want to sack your Clever Conjurer to keep a block on Hobgoblin Captain? No. Cool. Alright. Then the Capitan attacks. Young Red Dragon into Adult... Well, no. I keep trying to think that Young Red Dragon is the adventure half. And by red, I mean blue. I'm not used to saying blue in this format. And then that the actual creature would be like slightly older blue dragon. So you didn't play your 3/3, huh, opponent? I mean, I still got to accept the trade here with Clever Conjurer that's on board. Yeah, it's disappointing. Okay, well, I wish that I had a mountain in my deck to activate Gate. Yeah, there's a 3/3. Alright, come on, untap red land so I can play Red Dragon. No? Okay, improvised weaponry to face again. That is apparently the play. Well, my opponent could have nothing but lands in hand. There's a hope. Unfortunately, that also means they can activate Timora's Invoker. Opponent returns blue dragon to hand. We get to play red dragon, hope they don't have a counterspell? Okay, they go to 4. Dragonfire kills young blue dragon. It's so hard not to say young red dragon. It's so hard. I'm trying so much. Please just play that 3/3 dragon and not the 4/3 dragon that taps my dragon. No blocks. Please have no interaction for this, opponent, I beg you. Okay. Justice. So we've had all red and all black. That means this game we get to have a proper balance, right? Right? I don't want black market on the draw. Do I want Demogorgon's Clutches? Nah. Oh, hey! Eric Gertler. Thanks for the raid 10 minutes ago. Okay. This hand's functional. This hand's completely functional. We even get to do the turn 2 Kalane into turn 3 Jaded Sellsword thing. Opponent spends turn 2 not doing anything. I got 2 of all my colors of mana. Opponent doesn't have double blue to hold up counterspell, but could have sewer thingy. I wonder. Sewer thingy means that I don't play Grim Hireling. The obvious move is to just play Sellsword, but sewer thingy does kill that. But we get in a bunch of damage immediately. I could also play Reckless Barbarian and Genasi Rabble Rouser, but then I'm not giving Sellsword haste, and that just seems kind of like a waste. Wow, they are going crazy deep on the counterspells, huh? Okay. Fair enough. Gale, Conduit of the Arcane, return under simplified a hand. Oh. That's going to be an issue. Alright, well, let's kill Gale before I have to figure out what it does. Juvenile Mist Dragon, tapping down Chain Devil. Do I expect... I feel like I should probably play my double team creatures to the board, use my mana more efficiently. If I do draw a land, that means I can go Grim Hireling more easily. Okay. So what do we do here? Shambling Gas trades with Chain Devil. I could play Grim Hireling, swing with everything. Target creature. So I play Grim Hireling and swing with everything. They eat my Rabble Rouser. They don't eat my Fire Beetles. They Shambling Ghast, Chain Devil, and then I have nothing that interacts with a dragon. Well, no. So I actually would get to kill a dragon, I think. I think I have to get the Grim Hireling down underneath the Undersimplify. I believe I'm supposed to swing with everything here. I think that still favors me. I have to sack the 2 treasures Grim Hireling makes, but I'm ultimately trading a 2 for 2 while getting 2 double teams. Ooh, score is a good point. Record. I actually don't remember what the record is, come to think of it. I think we might be 3-1. We might be 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 because I'm not sure. So they double blocked the Fire Beetles, so we will kill the Mist Dragon. This also means I only have to use 1 treasure, which is kind of cool. Kill the Mist Dragon. Pass. Alright. Hireling is only as a sorcery, right? Yeah. Would be too cool if we could use it in the middle of combat. Natural 1. That's a good sign. Bodes really well for us. Undersimplify is any spell. Okay. Let's go with land, Dragonfire, decline to deal 2 damage with Dragonfire. Combat and attack. Make some treasures. Play Fire Beetle. They could undersimplify this and kill one of my treasures. I think... Oh, no, I mean, if they undersimplified it, I actually just wouldn't pay for it, would I? Oh, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, they could have countered the Fire Beetles. But then I would get the undersimplify out of hand. Oh, Grim Bounty on my creature. It was providing so much value. Then again, developing the Rabble Rousers actually would have made Rabble Rouser pumps really appealing too. So maybe that was more correct? Unclear. When I eventually play the Rabble Rousers, they're probably going to undersimplify it, regardless of whether I pay for it or not. Or not. Okay. So this threatens to trade a looter for a Fire Beetles. I accept that trade. Young Red Dragon. Okay. Denying them a looter seems worth losing a Fire Beetles in this position. So we just play Young Red Dragon and Rabble Rousers. Do I play Barbarian sacking 2 treasures to do so? I believe I probably should. Okay, let's let the kitty out. Oh, he begged so hard to be let in a little bit ago. Okay, I have come back to bads. Really? That seems wrong. I feel like they should have killed the Rabble Rouser since the Young Red Dragon doesn't threaten to trade with the Black Dragon. No game. I absolutely want to cast down the Black Dragon not using any of my red mana. I mean, I gotta assume they're just blocking the Barbarian here. Whatever they splashed that single mountain for hasn't popped up yet. I wonder if Gale's red... No, Gale's red thing doesn't really make sense. Okay, Pumpity. Pumpity. Damagity. Put the opponent to 7. I currently have 6 damage through 1 blocker. So that's not going to get there. They decide to scry and gain life, so they don't think they're dead. It's not all lands in hand. I'm down below 20. Thank you, opponent. I mean, mountain actually would have been kind of cool here, but I definitely would prefer almost anything to a mountain other than a swamp. What age is old? Old is whatever age I can no longer endure the pressure Magic puts on my heart at times. Mentally I can't, but at least physically I haven't given out the ghost yet. What does that phrase mean? Is it actually given up the ghost? Why? Water weird. A 3/4? Opponent, that's so big. And then we drew a swamp, which is not what I want. Okay. So they have to block the Rabble Rousers here. And then they have to top deck something relevant. Alright. 2 lethal threats on board. What do you got for me, opponent? Okay, wait, they only have 2 mana left. That's not as scary as it could be. Land, and... Oh! That doesn't even result in me killing a creature, because I don't have enough red source. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. The mountain, if they had reversed these blocks and I didn't have an additional red source, I would have just bounced off of them, which would have been, like, horrific. Alright, once again representing 2 lethal threats. Both previous games I improvised weaponry their face for no reason, other than that I desperately needed a treasure. It would be so serendipitous if we top-decked improvised weaponry to go face to actually be lethal. No, but we top deck a creature that isn't relevant or lethal. I can't attack into Hook Horror. Opponent gets to draw a card with Skullport Merchant and start drawing cards with Hook Horror. Okay, I have Baleful Beholder that probably won't be relevant, but could be. Menace, depending on their board state, they should have sacked Hook Horror. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so glad they didn't. Bane Evokers. That's pretty rough. Oh, that's why they're splashing the mountain. Okay. What? I mean, I guess, sure, the island's mostly useless. If they find the mountain, then the lightning bolt's useful. Okay, so Red Dragon, Improvised Weaponry, Vampire Spawn. Not Grave Choice. Undersimplify me, opponent. Please don't have a counterspell. Please don't have the 3 mana counterspell. Please don't have the 3 mana counterspell. Please. You get 1 sack to look for it. I would like to pay 2. Now they can't sack to look for it. Why? Okay, now they can't sack to draw? Well, we top-decked Red Dragon. Attacking still doesn't accomplish anything here. What just happened? Huh. Okay. Please don't mind rot me. Pilgrim's Eye. Fetches red. Gets to Lightning Bolt. I'm very happy to have drawn 2 lethal cards in a row. Pony, you sure know how to make me tense. Has finally realized they can sack Hook Horror as a card engine. There will be no blocking of Thane Evokers. No blue mana up. One has to imagine that makes it pretty hard for them to have a counterspell here. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. Dear me. Okay, what does that put our actual record at? Are we actually at 3-1 now? Yes. Okay. I was correct. It feels like I've been streaming for an infinity amount of time, so I could feel like I'm maybe at 20 wins or 0 wins, but not eliminated. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. Never a dull moment. What you got for me, opponent? Rabble-rousers, that's extremely good. But hey, I have enough red mana to activate gates to tumble down this time. Yay! Am I supposed to trade Captain? Yeah. Rabble-rousers is a problem. I gotta accept just going down on resources. Opponent did miss lands and is also stuck on red. Okay. Oh, please. Oh, me and the opponent are having the same kind of day, apparently. But that said, mono rabble-rousers is not a bad place to be when you are having an awkward land life. How do we handle an iron golem? Oh my. I think we ignore it and trade with the rabble-rousers. If they hold back, do I 2-for-1 myself into Iron Golem? There is no indication that anytime soon I will be able to do anything about the Iron Golem. Unless I top-decked exactly Dragonfire. Yeah, I think I gotta accept this. Okay, Swamp. Deeply, 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 deeply very good. No attacks into losing my fire beetles. It's very difficult for them to swing with rabble-rousers now. More mountains for the opponent. Oh! Well, Grave Choice is delicious. Grave Choice is extremely delicious against the mono rabble-rousers deck. Okay, I love this getting matched against somebody who's less likely than me thing. Normally, I would not, like, truly love that. I would want to play good games of Magic, but my emotions have been worn down today. Okay, well, no justice. No justice to be had on this stream today. Or at least not this match so far. No changes. I want my 2 Grave Choices even on the draw against that many rabble-rousers. This is pretty medium, but I mean, it's got a Grave Choice, I guess? Why? Okay, opponents are white-red. Why can't we get games with balanced mana today? I would have really loved to have played Kalain that turn. Would I love to play Kalain this turn? No, I'd probably love to play Kalain next turn. Kalain next turn into 3/2 Imp. Probably pretty cool. Ooh, opponent going for the whole Mardu Hog. You want to pump the Rabble Rouser? No? Okay. We get the Rabble Rouser. Oh, okay. Null Hunting Party is a real problem. Oh dear me. 2/4. Do I need to play this as a 2/4? The opponent's going to be so likely to have removal, having not had it so far. I think I play this as a 1/3. But the 2/4. Otherwise, the Hobgoblin. No. At the bare minimum. Removal means they can't play another Null Hunting Party, which stops this from spiraling out of control quite as badly. Still spirals out of control. Still goes badly. But at least it's less badly. No blocks, first strike damage, plays Rabble Rouser. I play Hireling, swing with everything. Rabble Rouser. Hobgoblin trades with Kalain, probably. Maybe Pilgrim's Eye chump blocks Kalain. Dragonfire. They've already got double team on the hunting party, so that's not really helpful. No blocks to try to present lethal on the backswing. I think I'm still supposed to Hireling. Okay. 8, 10, representing 10 damage. Very well. Representing 11 damage now with the red source. If I block Rabble Rouser with Hireling, they pump once. They can still play the Hunting Party. So no blocks. I don't know how I'm beating Hunting Party here. I mean, I can Dragonfire one, but the other is still a 4/4 first striker. Alright, reveal a dragon card. Kill blocker. Hope the opponent doesn't have indestructibility. Okay. That's game. I cannot beat that. There's no way I can beat that. Oh dear. Alright. We're on the play, though. That's a big deal. Take the play. Alright. Justice for the opponent for game one, I suppose. No justice. Never justice. Alright. Hobgoblin Captain. Love to see it. Oh, love to see lands. Love to see weaponry on Captain. Alright, next turn I get to play Hireling. I won't have Hireling plus Cast Down. Pilgrim's Eye, meaning that they have a double block set up for Barbarian if I play Hireling. Oh, no double block. Oh, it's the best. Ooh, I don't know about that one, opponent. You might have been obligated to block there. Okay, so let's assume that they kill this Hireling, then. Would I rather Deadly Dispute the Hireling to fizzle the removal spell? Or spend the 2 treasures to kill the Pilgrim's Eye? I don't truly care about killing the Pilgrim's Eye, I don't think. And forcing them to spend all their mana on the Hireling only to Deadly Dispute, it's kind of nice. And having the treasures on the off chance they don't have removal spells for the Hireling is also excellent. If they attack with Unicorn, I get to block, force the pump, and then cast down it? No. Okay, no blocks. Pay 2, kill Unicorn. Be guaranteed to get in damage. Oh, Hireling, you're doing it! You're going the distance! My beautiful, beautiful Hireling! Now, do we kill the Pilgrim's Eye? I believe so. At this point, I think I have so much extra treasure that I'm okay losing a treasure to Deadly Dispute if they find a removal spell. What is this? Nothing? Oh. Oh. Literally nothing. Oh, wow. What a roller coaster. Hopefully. Maybe. Not good, but not allowed to mulligan. Let's top deck, what's the name? Kalain? Let's top deck Kalain. No, we're looking for the off-color 5-drop that I can't cast. Rabble rousers, rabble rousers, rabble rousers. Lands, lands, lands. Dragonfire? No, alright. Well, we're not winning this one. That's not possible. They can't attack with the rabble rousers, at the very least. They can attack with the Champions of Tyr and then get a 4/3 lifelinker, which is pretty bad for me. Oh my. Well, I gotta play Hobgoblin Captain to not be dead on board. We go too low. 4 ain't great. I'm guessing that probably gains flying here. Yeah. And then another Champions of Tyr ETB. Yeah, okay. Well, admittedly, I didn't draw a hand that did anything. But also, I think Dragonfire was like the only... Oh, Dragonfire or Cast Down. Both of those actually would have worked there. Well, let's see. I got both my grave choices in already, so no changes. Not to worry. We have a lot of experience beating better cards than ours. Just need to draw removal and curve out and be the better aggro deck. Hopefully. Alright, we will definitely take the play. This has colors of mana, that's something. It does currently, however, lack land drops. Hobgoblin Captain, something land, weaponry? I actually think that I want a vampire spawn here, and my rationale is if the opponent plays something that can't trade with vampire spawn, then I get to Grim Hireling and kill the Hobgoblin Captain. Wow, do they just play straight 4-color? Okay. Land? No? No 1-drop? Cool. Okay. So we do get to kill the Hobgoblin Captain. Do I want to? Or would I rather hold the 2 treasures? Improvised weaponry answering Hobgoblin Captain's kind of clean. What do I do if they play Champions of Tyr next turn? What do I do if they play Removal Spell? Activating this now is fine against Champions of Tyr, or isn't fine against Champions of Tyr. There's no benefit. If they play a Removal Spell on Hireling, I get to Deadly Dispute if I want to. I don't even know if I should want to. I think there's so few targets for improvised weaponry on average that I shouldn't waste treasures killing the Hobgoblin Captain just to try to play around. Removal on Hireling. Okay. So Draconic Muralists blocks pretty good. I could play I could play Red Dragon. Oh, I could also play Young Red Dragon, come to think of it. I don't want to kill Muralists, pretty much. Playing Red Dragon holds up more ability to kill flying blockers, like Champions of Tyr. Although if they block Young Red Dragon with Champions of Tyr, we're probably okay with that. We're not as okay if they block Red Dragon with Champions of Tyr. Okay, so I guess the plan is Red Dragon then? Fireball on Hireling would be sad, but not the end of the world. I wouldn't have a good block on Hobgoblin Captain at that point, so they would actually be winning the race. Okay. No attacks. Or rather, no blocks. What else you got, opponent? Hippo. Okay. Which hypothetically blocks Young Red Dragon. So I'm going to shrink the Hippo so that it can't block profitably. And then I'm going to improvised weaponry it after attacks. But if they want to block here, I'm cool with it. Like, I think that's better for me than me spending an improvised weaponry killing the Hippo. Okay, now we get some mana. We improvised weaponry the Hippogriff. Play land. Kill the Hobgoblin. Because at this point I got enough treasure sitting around to answer the Champions of Tyr anyway. Oh, Grim Hireling. You take a lot of help, but once you got your help, you are useful. It's weird that I'm like nearly tempted to splash white cards just to specialize my off-color card. I think that would probably be wrong. I don't want to bring in the Mind Rot against a double team deck at all. I don't think. So we'll hold on to the edicts. At the very least, if the opponent doesn't play anything until Champions of Tyr, the edict does answer the Champion of Tyr. And I think that it's reasonable to try to gain an edge in that narrow scenario. More so than what I think is gaining no edge from playing the Mind Rot or the Black Market. Okay, not getting to play Warcaller on one's a little awkward for the mana base, but 2 colors of mana is a lot of colors of mana. Go to mulligans. Keep 6. Land drop, go. No, my plan! I could have... Gate! You're preventing us from going Warcaller. Horde Robber. Why? No, I think I gotta be mana efficient and play Horde Robber rather than Warcaller here. I can go improvised weaponry and to use treasure, cast Jaded Sellsword if I need to. Pilgrim's Eye. Okay, rad. Do they not attack with Captain because they want to deny me the treasure on Horde Robber then? Yes, which means I get to punish that anyway with the weaponry. They didn't get the second white. I believe I should play this Warcaller. I can set it up to go Hasty Sellsword this turn, Hasty Red Dragon next turn if I don't need the first strike from Jaded Sellsword. Jansen. Sacks 1/1, makes 2 treasure tokens. Okay. Blocks Horde Robber. Meaning an attack with Sellsword accomplishes something, but not a lot. No treasure use. If the opponent actually wants to trade Jansen with my sellsword, I think that's, like, actively good for me. Yeah, loses the Pilgrim's Eye, which makes our red dragon better. But Jansen's a beast, so this is going to be tough. Flaming Fist Dustguard trades with the sellsword. Okay. Draconic Muralists. Okay. So what you're saying is I'm relying a lot on Red Dragon to win this game for me. I don't know if I can... They splashed that Muralist. That's kind of horrifying. Does that mean that I just can't block it because they have a bomb? It's hard for them to attack with 1/1s into me, but they're on a 5 damage a turn trade here. I'm willing to block the Dust Guard with Horde Robber. I can chump block the Muralists with Warcaller and then Deadly Dispute. Karlach's pretty annoying, especially in a deck that can make white. Yeah, Fire Beetles is cool. Do I play the Swamp here? I think I probably do. Okay, so they get to sack the Prophetic Prism to make 2 more 1/1s. Have a card in hand. So they can specialize Karlach for white if they have a white card in hand. Which goes hard, but I don't think is lethal. Yeah, that doesn't give vigilance, right? 8. But it forces me to chump block with everything? But I can draw with Deadly Dispute and then give haste with Kobold. Yep, attacks. One, 2, 3, 4. Take 8. Putting them to 3. Young Red Dragon would be lethal, Baleful Beholder wouldn't. Dragonfire and Cast Down wouldn't be useful. I think I have to chump block with the Warcaller as well. Take 3, go to 12. Next turn 4 plus 5. Plus 2. 11 plus 4 is 15. I think this is necessary. Then we sack the Fire Beetles. Hobgoblin Captain's no good. Lands are no good. At 12, 1 chump block. They have 10. So if they don't top deck anything, I win. Should I activate Gate anyway? What am I looking for that's lethal? Nothing is lethal here, but Vampire Spawn is a better play. Chain Devil's meaningless. Alright. What do you got, opponent? That was good enough in 2 ways, huh? Well, 4-1. I'm still pretty impressed with that for what was not a good pool. Disappointed to not make day 2, but this was like a 1-2 pool. So better than that is nifty. Still turned a profit on everything, including on the practice, so could be worse. Could be worse.